Hey everyone, it's your girl Maddy, and I am here with another episode of Café con Leche with Maddy. I hope you got your coffee with you. This is a homemade caramel macchiato, and it's banging. Wanted to start this show so that I can do stories and tell people about things that interest me and invite other people to come on and talk on my show about these topics. Last week we covered mermaids. Are they real? If you didn't see that, make sure you check it out. But as it's Halloween month, it's my favorite month of the year. It's also my favorite season, which is fall. I thought it made sense to tell y'all a little bit about something that I haven't really spoken about to anyone, on any episodes of my shows. And that's personal paranormal experiences that I had growing up right into my early 20s. Growing up, I always had some experiences. You were always hearing noises, and like doors were always opening and closing where there was no wind, anything to push it. And it was my parents and my three siblings. So all of us have experienced things in that apartment that we grew up in New York. Um, but yeah, and the things started, I think, early with my parents. My mom says that she didn't start experiencing stuff until her wedding night. Um, so, this I believe, and my family. I'm not sure they agree with me, but I think, and I've always felt that all of our paranormal experiences they stemmed from my father. So I don't know, I've always felt like there was something evil attached to him, and we all got a bit of it. But before I get into my story for today, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit that like button, drop me a comment, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time an awesome episode of Café con Leche drops. Also, if you're into wrestling, I host a live wrestling show on this channel every Thursday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Café con Leche drops every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So please bring your coffee and be ready for a story. So, let's get started. So, paranormal activities in my household when I used to live, with my family didn't always happen at night. And so, one of the craziest things that happened or started happening to me actually took place when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And to that point, I had had experiences, but never like to the point where they were completely just me, just my experience by myself. Like, I've heard footsteps, whatever. I was 8 or 9. So this is around the time that it started getting crazy for me. So, like, the sleepless nights kind of began around this time. And so one day, this did happen at night. If you watch my second episode, which will happen next week, Saturday, it'll be a story of something that happened in the day. But this is pretty much where I feel my experiences really got crazy. So my sister had moved out. And just to give you a little layout of the apartment, it's a 3-bedroom apartment with one bathroom. The layout is you got the door to the apartment, this long hallway that leads right into the first bedroom will be on the right, still in the hallway. But as soon as you step out of the hallway, you step right into the living room. To your left of the living room, if you're still coming in from the hallway, you have a kitchen. The bathroom door is off the kitchen, and the smallest bedroom in the house is also off the kitchen. In the living room, there's another door that leads to this other bedroom, which is the biggest bedroom in the house at this time. And we have all like switched rooms growing up. So like I used to sleep in the hallway bedroom, which is where this story takes place. My parents were always in the living room bedroom, which was the bigger bedroom, and my two brothers were always in the kitchen bedroom, or the bedroom that was off the kitchen, in bunk beds. We had bunk beds, my sister and I. So there's 4 siblings. My sister and I in the bedroom off the hallway. Now, my sister is much older than me. She's about 12 years older than me. So at this point, she had gotten married, she had a kid, and she was moving out. And I was going to spend my first night alone at this age in this bedroom. And so everyone's asleep. I can't remember exactly what time it is. I just know people have been asleep for a little bit. It's dark as hell. I'm on, I decided to sleep on the top bunk bed because in my mind, if I slept on the top, whatever was under the bed couldn't get to me. If I was sleeping in the bottom bunk bed, then whatever was under the bed was obviously going to be able to reach me. This is how I rationalized sleeping on the top bunk bed as opposed to the floor bed. But I get on the bed, I come up the stairs, I lay down on the bed, and I'm getting ready to put my head on a pillow. So I put my head on the pillow, and a few seconds after my ear has touched the pillow, I start hearing whispering. Now, how cliche, right? But this totally happened. And I like jumped up like, what the? Now, again, I'm 8 or 9 years old. I'm a kid. And I'm like, not sure what to do. I'm by myself for the first time. My sister's not there, and my parents are sleeping. My brothers are sleeping. And my father was not the kind of person that you woke up in the middle of the night with, something is whispering in my pillow. Like, that's just not the way it happened. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm hearing things. This is not like, this isn't real. So I give it a few minutes thinking, this is in my head. I go once again, head to the pillow, and as soon as I put my head on the pillow, I hear the whisperings. I toss that pillow, and now I'm just sitting on the top bunk bed like, what is going on? And slowly I start to feel like there is a presence in the room. Okay? So I don't know if you ever get that feeling like something's watching you or someone is watching you. So that is how I started to feel. I was getting very uneasy. I was pretty shaken up. The lights were off. I couldn't really see. Even if your eyes adjust to the dark, I mean, let's be honest, it's dark in the room. And I'm sitting with my knees up on my chest on the top bunk bed, just looking around the whole room and trying to figure out, what do I do? I started hearing footsteps. I started hearing like scratching noises on the walls. And I was like, if I don't get the hell out of this room, I'm going to die. This is the only thing that I can think of, the fear inside of a person when you are experiencing things that you cannot see or explain. It is so petrifying. And as a kid, you're like unsure of what to do. And I was more fearful of my dad, believe it or not, than this stuff. But it got to the point where I didn't know what to do. So I mustered up all the strength that I could and I jumped off the bed. I leaped. I didn't even take the stairs. I just leaped. You know, as a kid, you can do that. I jumped off, I like leaped and I ran to the door and I got into I got to my parents' door and I took a deep breath because I knew what I was about to do. And I was just hoping and praying that I can wake my mom up without waking up my dad. And I was able to do it. I was able to open up the door. I tiptoed. I got to my mom, who was sleeping towards the wall. My dad always slept towards the door. So I was able to manage to get my mom. She came outside and I told her. My mom has had so many paranormal experiences and she's totally not scared of these things. Her saying to this day, my mom's about to be 69, to this day, she says, I am more scared of the living than the dead. And that's why she never, even if it, kind of gives you some fear at the moment, it never did anything to her to petrify her to the point where she's like, I gotta leave this place. So she believed me, but she didn't think anything of it. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna do nothing to you. So her solution, God bless my mom, was to get this old school lamp that was I don't know, yay big. And what it did was it rotated and it had all these little holes and shapes on the outside. On the inside, it was color changing. And so she thought if she puts a light in my room, like a night light, I should be able to sleep better. So she puts this thing in my room and it's even worse than before because now it's turning and casting all these shadows on the walls on top of everything that I was hearing. So, I didn't want to bother her anymore. She had to get up early to work the next day or whatever. So I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to bother her. I'm just going to deal with it. And she went to her room and I climbed back up on my top bunk bed. I squeezed myself into the furthest corner of the room where I can see the entire room. I had a bunch of stuffed animals and I know, a kid, I put all the stuffed animals on the edges of my bed. So completely surrounding me, like my protection. I was a kid. And with this light turning all night, and it also made a little creaking noise, as it turned. So can you imagine my mom? Why? Oh, she didn't know. But it didn't get better. I kept hearing noises throughout the night and I didn't sleep a wink. And that's how I woke up. I saw the light come up from outside and that is how I woke up. And from that day on, there were a lot of sleepless nights. So yeah, that was one of my first real paranormal experiences. It sucked and it was rough and it did not get better. It did not get better. But I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. Hey, let me know what you think in the comments. There's a lot of people who don't believe in these things. I can only tell you what I've experienced myself. And I can say that my experiences and when you speak to my siblings, my mother, the things that they've experienced as well, some of them even rival a lot of the stuff that I went through. So more to come. But anyway, if you enjoyed this story, if it freaked you out or didn't, let me know. Drop me a comment, hit that like button, and please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell because I might be dropping little tiny bonus episodes in between my Saturday drops. And you don't want to miss them because they're cool. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, if you like wrestling, please join me every Thursday live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. I invite other podcasters to my show to come and talk with me about wrestling. So I hope you enjoyed it. My next episode will be what happened to me in the daytime. And I was around 13 years old when this one happened. So I hope you tune in. Until next time, people, I'm out.